So guys, welcome back to another video. In this one today, we're going to be trying out the 89 rated Politano League Player item. Now, if you want to obtain this card yourself, first you have to have completed the Serie A League Player milestone, and that way you unlock the 87 rated Politano. And then once you've got that card, you've got a couple more objectives to do to upgrade it to the 89. You've got to score a goal using the 87 rated version in 6 separate rival wins, and you have to use a full Serie A team for that. You can sub on other players off the bench if you wish. You've also got to assist 7 goals with a cross, which is a bit tedious to be honest, especially for players like me who don't cross at all. So that one was a bit annoying. And you've also got to score 3 finesse shots, which to be fair is pretty easy. And then once you've done that, you can claim your reward and you will get an 89 rated Politano League player. So this is the team we're going to be trying out this 89 rated item in. We're not going to play 4-4-2 in game. We're going to play 4-2-3-1, 4-2-2-2 and also 4-1-2-1-2. We're going to try this item out as a wide attacking mid, a winger obviously, a central attacking mid, and also as a striker. He's going to get moved around a lot. We're going to try him in a bunch of different roles. So, let's have a look at this card. Left-footed on the right side, 4-star weak foot, 4-star skills. That is all good to me. And then his in-game stats look brilliant. There's some really nice technical attributes. In fact, the only stat on here that I'm not too keen on is his strength of just 52. But everything else looks pretty fantastic to me. Let's bring him up on Footbin and let's chat about him a bit more. So this is the comparison to the previous 87 rated version of him. As you can see, he's got a bunch of boosts everywhere. They're mainly +1s, +2s and +3s, but still pretty nice. And as you can see, his in-game rating with the Deadeye Chem is around the 93 mark. So in-game, I am expecting a good performance from this card. So let's get into some matches. Let's just see what this card has to offer in FUT Champs. In Politano's debut, we come up against a full Premier League side, which has the likes of Van Dijk, Player Moment Shah, future stars Tielemans and Tierney, and also a bunch of other pretty good cards. I've actually reviewed that Tielemans item. It's a very good card, and if you haven't seen it yet, I do advise checking out their player review on that because, as I say, very good item and quite underrated too. Chance to break out now, Felipe Anderson. Ooh, chance. Felipe Anderson has released the ball to Politano. Now he's got a lot of space to run into. Kieran coming across. We're going to come back inside, get the shot away, and unfortunately, under a bit of pressure there from Van Dijk, the shot just drags wide. Politano goes for the finesse. Oh, it's hit the post. Took a deflection on its way through as well. Felipe Anderson and Politano link up nicely. Opportunity, can we get the ball on the inside? Eventually we can. Aubameyang gets the goal. Good persistence there from the Italian. Eventually we get rewarded for it. Well, at half-time, annoyingly, it's 2-1 to my opponent. I pretty much just conceded straight off kick-off. Horrendous defence by myself. And, yeah, I only got myself to blame. Despite everything, I thought we had a pretty solid first half. We're going to play Politano as a central cam for the second 45. Opportunity. Politano on the break. Linking up with Herrera now. Here's an opportunity. Can we get the ball across the box? We can! And there's Felipe Anderson who gets another tap in. That was a really well-worked goal. And we've tied things up once more. Chance. Here's an opportunity. Politano beats his man. Goes for the finesse. Oh, he's hit the post. Unfortunate. Would have been a very nice goal. Oh, nice bit of dribbling. Not great defence from my opponent. We get the shot, and that's a really nice crossbody shot as well. From the Italian, who gets himself on the score sheet finally. And he's deserved that because he's been brilliant in this game. Aubameyang. Politano link up. Chance from distance. Oh, would have been a nice goal. I got a bit too carried away there. I could have dribbled a bit more, but just felt like taking off the shot. Chance to counter-attack now. Aubameyang holds up player. Politano. Oh, he's gone through that gap. He's injured, but he's still going. He's not sprinting properly for some reason, but he still scores. Oh, carrying an injury or not, the guy breaks up the field and puts the ball into the other side of the net. Nice goal. And that hopefully will wrap this game up. He just wouldn't sprint properly on that occasion. I think it's because of the injury. Save, not yet. And there's full time. We get ourselves a 4-2 win, and that was a very good win. We went behind twice in that game, but still pulled it back. I thought Politano was absolutely classed in that game. Yeah, we had to do a lot of defending. That's why David Luiz has got man of the match. But Politano with 2 goals and 2 assists, absolutely brilliant. Especially in that second half when I put him into that central role. Next up for us is this. It's always surprising to see teams that don't have like 11 special cards in champs, but nonetheless, my opponent still has a very good team with a pretty OP backline, and yeah, be interesting to see how we get on here. Nice through ball there from Politano. He's going to put the ball across the... Oh, no, I messed it up. I messed it up. I meant to go for the drilled passes. Matheus finds Politano in the box, who does well and scores. In off the post. Chance. We've worked it well down this right edge. Politano in a lot of space here. Gives it inside to Herrera, who makes it 2. And just like that, in literally less than a minute, we've turned the game on its head. Have to admit, I wasn't aiming that pass towards Herrera. I was aiming towards Aubameyang, but it's come off for us nonetheless. So the first 45 has come to an end, and for the second half we're going to do what we've done in previous games, and we're going to put Politano in a more central role. Can you get on the end of that? Yes you can. Go on, use your pace, get through there. Ah, just unfortunately knocked by the fullback. Well, full time, it's 2-2, we're heading to extra time. Felipe Anderson finds Politano, who puts the ball up top. David Villa with a chance. David Villa scores. Full time, 3-3, we go to PKs. And unfortunately, guys, we lost on PKs, and won't lie, super annoyed about it because I don't feel I deserve to lose that game, but it is what it is. I thought Politano was class once again, heavily involved in the goals, and he just seems to suit that central role really well for me, so very happy with his performances thus far. Okay, so after a few more matches with Politano in my team, what are my thoughts on this upgraded league player item? Very good. I had a lot of fun using this card, and it made a really good central cam for me. I really did enjoy using him in that role. Do I think this card is much of an upgrade on the 87? I definitely think there's a noticeable upgrade there. For me, the 89 rated version was just so much better positionally and just got involved a lot more, which was nice. The 89 version has the same negatives as the 87, obviously the pretty poor strength, and yeah, you can't get around that really. His strength just isn't ideal, and if like the top tier centre backs or just defenders in general get hold of him, they are going to dispossess him of the ball. So you've got to use this guy's really good dribbling the best you possibly can to try and avoid would-be defenders, otherwise you'll probably lose possession. Anyway, let's break things down. Pace, brilliant. Very, very quick in game both on and off the ball, and that is awesome. In front of goal, I thought this guy was also very good, and his finishing for a winger is pretty solid, and that dead-eye chem definitely helps. He's got a really nice finesse off of his left foot, which is very good in game. Positionally, makes some very good runs, which is nice, and stays forward, and yeah, just gets into some, like, drifts into some good areas on the wing as well, which was really nice. His passing I thought was great, no complaints for that department either. Very good with the short passing, and his crossing was also really good, especially off the left foot. So if you want to cross with him, I would advise using him as a left attacking player instead of on the right, because his right foot for passing just isn't as reliable, even though he does have that 4-star weak foot. The same, to be fair, can be said for shooting. The right foot just really doesn't feel that great, but the left foot, fantastic. The dribbling on this card is probably the best thing about it. The agility in game just feels awesome, and he controls the ball really well. He's one of them players who are just really good for LB/L1 dribbling, so if you're good at that, you'll definitely get some good use out of this Politano item. Aerially, this card's terrible. Like, he's not an aerial threat at all, so definitely don't advise crossing to him. And yeah, as a whole, physically, he just was pretty average, to be honest. He shows good aggression at times and goes to battle for the ball, but he just doesn't have the strength to actually pull it off, if that makes sense. He's got pretty good stamina though. Numbers wise, he's got a 98 rating for his stamina, which in game, I don't know if I agree with. He tired quite a bit for me in some games, but to be fair, I was running with him quite a bit, so that's easily explained. Overall though, very good card, and without doubt the best right winger in the Serie A in the game as things stand, and I definitely do feel like this card is worth getting, worth upgrading to from the 87, sorry. So if you got the 87 rated version, definitely do advise working on that upgrade when you've got some free time to play rivals. Anyway guys, we're coming towards the end of the video now. Hope you have enjoyed it, hope you found it useful. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one.